Hey there, meanderers. Today we're heading into Andy's backyard where the toys have taken over and the rides are full of personality and surprises. Welcome to Toy Story Land at Disney's Hollywood Studios. This is part one of a two-part series. In this episode, I'm covering the rides, the land, and all the little Easter eggs you don't want to miss. Next episode, we'll talk about the barbecue and whether dining inside Andy's imagination is worth the splurge. I first wandered into Toy Story Land during a New Year's trip back in 2018-2019, and back then I thought it was adorable, but I also remember not quite understanding the hype around Slinky Dog Dash. It looked like a kiddie coaster, and the line was always absurd. By the way, if we haven't met yet, hi! I'm Ashley, a Gen X Disney fan who's been visiting the park since the 1970s. These days, I make videos to help fellow fans, families, and nostalgic grown-ups plan magical, low-stress trips. If you love a little Disney history mixed in with honest reviews and just a pinch of sarcasm, you're in the right place. Toy Story Land opened in June 2018 and was announced back in 2015 as an 11-acre expansion. The idea? Shrink guests down to the size of a toy and let them loose in Andy's backyard. You're surrounded by giant toys, game pieces, Christmas lights strung between towering pencils and Tinker toys, and the occasional 20-foot cowboy. The design was inspired to feel like Andy grabbed everything from his toy box and built the land himself, so you'll spot dominoes scattered around, Tinker toy light posts, K'NEX fences, Baby Bell cheese chairs, and a milk carton umbrella. The theming is next level. It feels different depending on which direction you enter from. Buzz's side is a little sneakier, while Woody's entrance is more of a big ol' howdy, partner.
We've got a whole bunch of new toys to play with. Welcome!
And yes, there's massive footprints on the ground. Those are Andy's. I promise it's not the world's most chaotic Bigfoot sighting. Before we dive into the rides, let's take a second to look at our game plan. This is my hand-drawn map of Toy Story Land. Yep, every scribble mark made with love, a stylus, and questionable caffeine choices. We'll start over here at Alien Swirling Saucers, then swing by Toy Story Mania to show off my competitive side. Of course, we'll hit Slinky Dog Dash because it's not a Toy Story Land trip without a little launch coaster magic. And if you're hungry, don't worry. We've got to stop at the barbecue place coming up in part 2. First up, Alien Swirling Saucers. It's like teacups for galactic toddlers. You're loaded into a little flying saucer while the green aliens pilot you through a spinning ride. It's cute, it's colorful, and it's got just the right amount of spin for the non-thrill crowd or anyone recovering from a lunchbox tart. Fun fact, the ride system here is the exact same as the one used for Mater's Junkyard Jamboree at Disney California Adventure in Anaheim. I rode that in one of my very first YouTube videos. I'll drop a link in the comments if you want to see that blast from the past. And speaking of that early video, we're just weeks away from our 1-year anniversary on YouTube. It has been a journey, from shaky ride footage and weird mic levels to figuring out editing, storytelling, and how to be myself on camera, and I've loved every second of it. We're still going strong and learning and still having a blast. Next is Toy Story Mania, a 4D shooter game that actually predates the land. It got a new entrance when Toy Story Land opened. You blast virtual targets carnival style using pull-string cannons. The queue alone is worth the walk, with Etch-a-Sketches, Viewmasters, and a talking Mr. Potato Head.
I'm ready. Let's do this.
And yes, I included my final score for accountability. One round I totally gloated about beating my kid.
Mom, Cooper. Mom, Cooper.
And I stand by it. But another time, let's just say I got smoked and I'm blaming Baseline Tap House. No regrets.
Now we have to see how they did. They beat me. I'm blaming Baseline Tap House.
And then there's the headliner, Slinky Dog Dash. It might look like a kiddie coaster, but don't let the bright colors fool you. This ride has 2 launches, hits speeds of up to 40 miles per hour, and gives you smooth turns, fun hills, and great views of the park. I avoided it for years, thinking, why would I wait an hour for this? Especially because most of the queue is outside in direct sun. It is brutal on a hot day. But eventually, probably around 22, 23, I gave in once I started getting Lightning Lane access. Now, it's the first one I try to snag on a Hollywood Studios day. Those passes are gone before you know it. All right, after all that hype, here's the full ride-through of Slinky Dog Dash during the day. And if you've never ridden it, or if you just love a good roller coaster cam, sit back and enjoy. I'll meet you on the other side. And if that's not enough, check this out. Here's what it looks like at night. That glow up is real. Thanks so much for hanging out in Andy's backyard with me. In the next episode, we'll step into Roundup Rodeo BBQ, Andy's imagination brought to life in restaurant form. And we'll talk about whether it's worth your time and your appetite. We'll also check out some hidden details and playful nods tucked inside the restaurant itself. And if you're planning on your own visit to Hollywood Studios, don't forget to grab my grown-up guide in the description. It's full of tips, planning strategies, and quiet spots that'll make your park day smoother. I'll see you real soon in part 2. Thanks for meandering with me.